Hip-hop fans seem to have mixed feelings when it comes to deluxe albums, and truthfully, so do I. In this video, we'll discuss some of the general pros and cons when it comes to deluxe albums becoming increasingly popular in hip-hop. And I'll give my personal opinion at the end. Are they just a greed-driven money grab, or a service for the fans? Before answering that question, let's briefly discuss what a deluxe album is and when they became popular in hip-hop, just so we're on the same page. Deluxe albums are typically re-released versions of albums, usually including things like new songs, live performances, acoustic versions, and other bonuses. Some deluxe albums have new artwork and, in a few cases, new titles, while others use the same artwork and title as the original release. It's not a new practice, and it doesn't seem to be dying out anytime soon. Deluxe albums typically come out several weeks after the initial release, but they can also come out on the same day as the original album release. Deluxe albums have been happening for a while in the music industry, dating all the way back to the 80s, but it would become more popular in the early 2000s, with CDs being able to hold more songs than vinyl records. In hip-hop, many are quick to credit Lil Uzi Vert with popularizing the deluxe album back in 2020. Uzi initially dropped his album, Eternal a Take, on March 6th, then followed it a week later with a deluxe edition titled Love vs. the World 2, which added 14 songs. However, deluxe albums have been around in hip-hop before that, even in the CD era with store-specific releases like Kendrick Lamar's album Good Kid, Mad City. If you want to enjoy every single piece of content on that album, you had to purchase and/or stream 3 different copies of the same album. There are a whopping 3 exclusive versions of this release available via Spotify, iTunes, and Target, with the deluxe edition of the album making a 4th variation. The differences on these albums are in the bonus tracks and remixes that are included. Now, before we get into the pros and cons of the deluxe albums, I just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you for watching and supporting my video. I upload hip-hop related content each week. I've already been blown away by the support that you guys have shown, but let's get back to the video. I feel like a lot of people have recently shifted to view deluxe albums as a negative in the world of streaming. So let's start by looking at a few of those reasons, and if I forget any, please share them in the comments. Deluxe albums are often thought of as a cash grab for major labels to drive up streams and ultimately Billboard relevance. It can feel like deluxe versions are an easy way to make an artist the topic of the moment and bring them more attention after the initial buzz from the album release dies down. As Drake said on the track Hours in Silence, "My album was paying her bills. I don't even need a deluxe." Deluxe albums appear separately from original albums on streaming platforms, meaning the same songs can exist in multiple places without clear indication of which song are the bonus tracks. The mix of new and old songs on one project can become frustrating if you've already listened to the full original album and are just interested in hearing the new releases from the deluxe without re-listening to the entire project. This can make it feel like they're trying to milk extra streams and double dip with the old songs included on both albums. And the final con is that extra content included on the deluxe album can get the title of throwaway tracks. Some people perceived that the extra tracks included on the deluxe album had been shelved and didn't make the cut for the original album. This could be credited to the songs not fitting the overall theme of the project, and when these are added back into the deluxe on top of the other tracks, it can feel a bit out of place. Or the tracks were phased out with the fear that they wouldn't be received well by the fans. Now, enough of the negative, let's turn this frown upside down and talk about the pros. If you're a super fan of an artist and you're constantly thirsty for more content and songs from them, then a deluxe album is truly a blessing for you. Regardless if the tracks don't flow with the rest of the album or don't do as well number-wise, you're still pumped to have new songs to listen to on repeat from your favorite artist. Another pro for deluxes are that the added songs could have features on them from larger artists that you enjoy, but the features weren't able to be cleared in time for the original release. This is a common issue in the industry, and the delays seem to correlate with how popular the featured artist is. If they have a lot going on with their career, or the label is picky about only signing off on select placements, these can also be factors. On a side note, this can also happen with sample clearances as well. And the final pro is a pretty simple one, but the more music and art that is released, the better. You never know when an artist could stop making music or, even worse, meet an untimely death. Instead of shelving songs that the label may have forecasted wouldn't resonate with the audience or do as big of numbers as other songs, by including them on a deluxe version and releasing them into the world, you never know whose life it could impact, instead of being thrown away as lost media. There could be a certain lyric or meaning behind a song that's comforting, inspiring, or motivates a person physically or mentally. Music drives so many emotions and messages that it can truly change people's lives. Every song has the potential to impact somebody, and I think not releasing music is a missed opportunity. Let me know which side of the fence you're sitting on with this topic. I have some mixed feelings on it, but I believe that deluxe albums are generally a positive contribution overall that leads to more accessible music, even if it's not as cohesive within an album or can even feel like a money grab at times. I think it's worth the trade-off, and the pros outweigh the cons in my book. Thanks for watching. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I post hip-hop content weekly. Have a great day.